Hello friends, in this video I'll try to show how to deal with a raw dataset. Here we have a dataset. I downloaded that dataset from the website Kaggle. So it's about the Netflix movies and TV shows. So it includes about 8,000 rows and it's a CSV file. So the columns are separated by a comma actually. So first we need to separate each column to the different columns in Excel. Then we'll just check the data set and try to make it ready for the statistical analysis. This is mostly actually categorical, also categorical data set. Also, there are not too much numeric results. So just maybe the duration of the TV movies or TV shows, movies and TV shows actually. So you'll just check the data set, try to understand which columns, which variables are categorical variables, which variables are numeric variables, how to deal with the categoric and numeric variables. First, I'm just separating the columns by comma. All the data set actually are in the column A. So when you click the column B, there will be nothing. So everything is in the column A. I'm selecting the column A, just clicking to the A column and going to the data menu. Text to columns. So I'll just separate the data set first. Delimited, next, and I'll just click the comma. So as the columns are separated by comma, I will select comma. If there's another maybe sign, then I will just click other and put that sign. Okay. So next and finish. Just sometimes Excel warns us that there is already data here, but there is actually nothing in the second column. So you can just click OK. So I just now separated the data set, the columns. The first column is the show ID. So we are giving an ID to every actually row, so every observation in the data set, because we need to know, we need to determine which very row is different than the other. And we will do it by actually a primary ID. We can call it a primary key or primary ID in the data set. We need to have such a column in the data set every time, because that type of column will just let us to know which rows are different than the other rows. Okay. In the second column, I have the type of the movies or TV shows. So the type of the actually data set. These are categorical actually variable. So it includes the movie and TV shows mostly. But of course, we will not just check everything manually. I will just add a filter here to the first row, so to the columns. Then I'll check by the filter. So I have the movie, TV shows, so William Wyler and some blanks. I'm just selecting that two different actually information in that column. So I will try to understand if it's a type of movie or it's something else. Maybe there's something wrong with the data set. So I'm just selecting the blank uh, actually row and also the row with the William Wyler. So in the blank row, there's just something and probably will. Okay. So mostly this is something that about the data set. So a part of a row is just downloaded to another row. So we actually will not need that row. We can directly delete that row from the data set because there is nothing here. And here we have the type as William Wyler. This is not a type of actually movie. Probably it's the name of the director in the data set. So it's just shifted to the left, I think, the data set. So when I just select here and just Control V, V actually. So just copy or take the data set, control X, control X, then with the control V. So the director is William Wyler, the country is United States, the date added March 31, 2017. So here I think there is no problem now. But the show ID again is the Flying Fortress. So probably this is the name, the title of the movie. So I can just change it to here. And there is nothing here as a show ID. But I can give an ID to that row actually. But we do not know the type of the movie now. So it's just like that. We can delete that row from the data set because it's just one actually observation in the data set. So as we have more than 8,000 observation in the data set, deleting that row will not affect actually the results of the statistical analysis. So we can directly just delete that part. But if you are about that I want the movies of the William Wyler in the data set, so it's important for me, then you can keep it also. Okay. And there will be some missing values in the type variable, in the show ID variable. It's possible to just put something to the show ID because the IDs are given actually by the researcher, but we do not know the type of the movie. But as we know the title of the movie, the director of the movie, the country of the movie, we can just make a research about the type of the movie. Maybe it's a movie or a TV show, then we can just put it here. So there is a duration here, 40 minutes. The rating, there's a something here. So with that information, it's possible to find the type of that movie or TV show. Okay. So I'm just clearing the filter, and with the type, you see that there is just a blank, also still blanks because I do not know that the type of that movie. So I'm not deleting that part. So there's a blank, actually a missing value in the type variable. When I check the title, so you will see also there are some numeric things and there are some titles with the hashtags. And the other things are probably the title of the movies. So I can just select just that parts. Okay, deselect everything and select that numeric parts. Probably there is a problem with the data set with that numbers, or maybe they are actually the real name of the movies. We do not know actually, but I'm just selecting that part. So we can check by the director, by the country, by the type of the movie, etc. If the title of the movie is that one or not. If it's important that to keep all that information in the dataset, then we can make a research about that title of that movies based on the other information about the movies. Then actually we can find the title if there's a problem. Maybe the title is really 678. Okay, because there are some movies that just for example we have a movie which is 2012 actually. Maybe it's just give the short name of the movie, etc. So it's possible that this is the real value of the column, or maybe there is something wrong with the data set. We do not know. We will make a research about the data set and we will try to fix if there's a problem. And when I check the director, you see that there are many different directors. So we have also blanks here. So I can just here deselect everything and come to the blanks part and click OK. So the movies with that no directors. So we do not know their directors. There are actually 2,635 movies or TV shows that we do not know their directors. Okay, if the directors is very important for us and if you want to check the directors of every movie, then we can just check their title, their type, etc., and try to find their director. Okay, so it's about the researcher actually. So if you are actually, if the data set is about your field for your research, then probably you will know that details. But of course, if you are not actually in that field, in the TV show, movies field, then probably you will not know that detail. Okay, so we can check one by one for every different column if to find if there's a problem with the data set or not. For example, here the name of the country is just started by comma, so there's a problem with that part, and I'm just fixing it. Okay, so the date of the date added, so really easier, the rating, so there is a rating column, and we do not know what that means. If we do not know what that rating types means, then we need to search, we need to make a research about that different actually rating things. Okay, TV 14, tvg, tvma, what's that, what does that mean to the researcher? Then you need to make a research about the data set, the details, find that results, and then make a comment or an explanation about that things. But we can also see there are some things wrong with that parts. So this is not the actually rating of the movies, these are the duration of the movies. So I'm just selecting that part and pasting to the duration part. And okay, so we have the missing values here also. And when we check the durations, so duration actually is a numeric variable, so we can just use that numeric variable for the statistical analysis. But here they just write seasons or minutes to the right of the durations. So we need to separate that part from actually the column, because if we just keep that part, then it will just understand that this is not a numeric variable but a character variable in Excel or in SPSS or any other tool that we want to make some statistical analysis. So we will just separate that part, the minutes and season parts, from the duration, and then we will use that duration actually column for a statistical analysis as a numeric variable, because if we just not make it, then it's not a numeric variable. I will put a blank here and insert a column here, because I'll separate the part from here. As you can see, it's just the numbers and seasons or minutes. Okay, so it have two columns, not more than two columns. So just one column here, one blank column here is enough for us. And I'll select the column, text to columns again, delimited. So I'll just actually separate it by the space. Next, finish, then duration, and I can just write duration type. So it's minutes and season. If you have the minutes, it means it's a movie actually. If you have the seasons, it means it's a TV show. So we will make the statistical analysis for movies separately for the duration and movie type of the movie or TV show, and for the TV show separately, because that numbers are totally different than each other, because one season doesn't means that how much minutes that you have in that TV show, as we don't know that detail. So we don't know how many parts every season includes and how many minutes that in every part of the TV show. So we don't know how many minutes we have in that TV show. Even we know, actually it's not logical to make a comparison between the duration of a movie or a TV show. Okay, it's not actually logical. So we will separate the data set into two different data sets, maybe the movies and the TV shows. And of course, just keeping the type here or every data set in just one data set, everything in one data set will also be okay actually to make some statistical analysis. But if you want to compare, for example, the uh, duration of the different countries, we need to do it for the movies separately and TV shows separately. So if we keep the TV show and movie in the same data set, then of course it will give us some incorrect results because the duration are not measured by the same measurement type. Some are in minutes, some are in seasons. Okay, and here we have the listed in. So it's listed in documentaries, international TV shows, crime TV shows. So it's also a kind of type of the movie or TV show. Okay, this is a documentary, or it's a children family movie, or it's a British TV show, it's a comedy drama. Okay, whatever it is. So we have the details here, and we have the description of the movie. So we can make a text analysis with the description part of the data set. So this column includes the description, so we cannot make a numeric statistical analysis. We can make a text mining analysis with that part. And also I can just take that column to here. So insert cut cells, cut the column here, and also separate that different listed in parts. Okay, international TV shows, dramas, TV mysteries. I'm selecting that column, text to columns, delimited. Next, again use comma because it's separated by comma. Next, finish. Okay, so the movie or TV show listed in documentaries, maybe just in one different in one actually type of list, or more than one list. Okay, so listed in maybe the first one, the second one, and the third one. Okay, let's say the second, and let's say the third one. So of course, there are many different things to do with the data sets. As you try to make some statistical analysis, maybe you will just make some arrangements with the data sets. But now, actually, mostly your data set is ready for making some statistical analysis. So you can just try to find, for example, uh, what's the duration of the movies in different countries, what's the duration of the TV shows in the different countries. So if there's a difference for the duration of the TV shows or movies for different release years. Okay, so we can make many different statistical analysis. Or for the release year, we can check for the durations, if the durations increases or decreases in years for the movies and TV shows, etc. Okay, so there are many different things to make with the raw data set. And if you have any questions about how to check the raw data set and how to make it ready for the statistical analysis, please make a comment and just ask me some questions. I'll try to answer or make a new video about that type of data sets.